Greetings. Today is Sunday, August the 18th of 2024. If you're familiar with the previous installments in this particular playlist, the StarSpeeder Dreams playlist, then you know that when I was 21 years old, I went to Disney's MGM Studios, now Disney's Hollywood Studios. My dad, my mom, my sister, and my twin niece and nephew. My dad, as a matter of fact, was wearing this hat right here most of the day. So, there's a picture in an old issue of Star Wars Insider magazine where I wrote a 17-page article about the history of the original Star Tours ride. But that was my first time riding Star Tours, and I think I rode it twice that day, maybe. And then when my wife and kids came along and went with me in 2007 and 2010, they probably rode Star Tours more times than I did because I was staying in the queue and filming every little thing.
Mom, there is like dinner day every day.
Because you're a stickler for details, you little nitpicker.
Nitpicker? What is that?
It's a person that picks nits. Oh, there we go, sweet.
Now the other one, you have three or two?
Well, I just have two different kinds.
A StarSpeeder 3000 toy was something that I wanted when I left the ride and exited into the Indoor Vendors gift shop. A StarSpeeder 1000 toy came out a few years ago and I did some videos on that. I was sitting in the audience the day that Disney Disney Parks Merch was announcing that that toy was about to come out, and I'm sitting there going, oh please, yes, you know. So I was very happy with that toy, but it just wasn't the 3000. I bought an extra, and I bought another extra that were broken and very cheap, and I started cobbling their parts together. I still never got over a couple of humps. Number one, I was pretty sure that to get the texture right on the white, that I was going to have to spray paint it and then wet sand it. And that's going to be complicated with something that had as many internal components, electronic components, doing wet sanding. So I never got that done, but I went back and watched those videos after this arrived, and there were places in there where I said, it's a no-brainer. Disney has got to make the white and blue one. They've got to make the 3000. Oh my goodness. Not only have they made it, they've made it so much better than anything I could have made. So this, then, is the StarSpeeder dream fulfilled. This is, finally, a real StarSpeeder 3000 toy, and a Captain Rex toy included. The two things that I looked for in Indoor Vendors when I was 21. 21 years and 5 months old, and I'm now 54 years and 7 months old. So, yeah, the greater portion of my life, I've been looking for this. Sort of like in Raiders Lost Ark, he says, you know how long I've been looking for this? And, it belongs to the museum. Yeah. Well, that same scene, yeah, the same item, the Cross of Coronado. But he tells Marcus Brody, do you know how long I've been looking for this? And Marcus says, all your life? And he says, all my life. So, here we go. Star Tours. Now, the adventure is real. And now the dream is real, too. So, this is a huge box. I thought maybe it would be like, you know, some padding in there. Now, number one, this is cart number 179 of 422. I'm not sure if that's on both sides. Yeah, of 422. And did they only make 422 of these? Because they were supposed to be making 3,000. Since it is, after all, the StarSpeeder 3000. Would you grab the box and push down the box? There you go. Oh, struggle is real. Here, push down a long ways. There we go. I think we were hitting vacuum there for a second. Oh, look at this beauty. That's a big box. And so they announced it for D23 this year. And when I heard the price, I said, no, that's not going to happen. And then I watched the videos of the fact that it could actually play the entire ride video on an LCD screen inside the toy. I was like, that's pretty cool. I couldn't make that. That's not in my skill set. And I started thinking, yeah, I may try for one of those. I think I can. I think I can afford it. And then I found out that it was going to be on the Disney Store website after that. I don't know how to get this one out. I see R2. There we go.
That one jolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if the box is completely empty, go ahead and set it over there. So here is the new figure of Rex. I think the previous Rex action figure didn't come out until like 2002. So they've made a second version of him now. These doubtless have important things in there. And that looks like the base. The instructions, yay! Now, the first StarSpeeder 1000 that I got had a tiny little piece of broken plastic in the nose. Very disappointing. I eventually found a new home for it. Oh, you beauty. That view of seeing that paint job is so much better than anything that I could have done with a rattle can, even wet sanding it. This thing has landing gear now. I mean, this is, I swear this is bigger than the 1000 was. That is so cool.
This looks like the cardboard one that you had.
Yeah, I built one out of styrofoam. Yeah, so look at that. Yeah, the back looks way more detailed than it did. Now I haven't read the directions yet, but just sort of a lifetime of toys tells me that's a release on both sides. Oh, look at this interior. Look at this interior.
It's even got the canopy door, like the
The blast door up front.
cockpit door.
Yeah.
It's even got its own stand too.
So the 1000 only sat 9 figures, and this will actually seat 25. Still not as many as the real vehicle, which sat 40. And it wasn't like 5 rows of 8. It was offset because they had to have wheelchair access on one of the aisles. So it was like 9, 9, 9, 6, 9 or something. Whatever would total to 40 that way. But oh man, look at this. Now the doors open. And I don't think it has batteries already installed. Ah, there we go. That's got an opening there. That's got, oh, it didn't open on this side. Huh. Well, they clearly open. Oh, it only has a mechanism on one side, I guess. Neat.
And I guess if you wanted to, even though you probably don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not customizing this. So they say it's this price, and if you get on the Disney Store website at this time, you can make purchase, right? Well, I had that tab open for days, 2 tabs. There's another item here in the floor as well. And for days and days and days, I was keeping an eye on that tab. And it always said coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. And that morning, it said, welcome to the event. When it goes live, you'll have 10 minutes to shop. And I'm like, what? And that is so gorgeous. Bang up job, Disney Parks merch. Because I have a couple of friends that are associated with them. Bang up job on those. Let's get Rex out of here. Now, they still are making his visor translucent, which it shouldn't be, because in the making of video for Star Tours, you can see that the visor itself is made out of aluminum. So that should be a solid opaque color. Head goes up and down this time. Neck moves just all over a much more posable and articulated figure than what we got the last time. This thing is great. Look at that.
So does R2 as well.
Yeah, R2 looks good, but I mean, they've had a few years to make R2s. They've only taken a crack at Rex twice. And so my friend in Mississippi, Saltillo, Mississippi, Chris Reinhardt, he messages me and he goes, "What is this crap? I'm number 25,000 in line." And I'm like, well, I'm in the 10,000s. There's no way I'm going to get one of these things. You know, this is not happening. And yeah, that is a good looking R2. Wow. Is the leg removable? Yeah. All right, cool. So he'll just go straight in the droid socket then, because I don't think a StarSpeeder 3000 looks right without R2 in the droid socket. So let's go ahead and put him in. All right. Now on
You
the
can put 3PO in there too.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
I want to make the entire bay like with 3PO on his computer talking to R2 is the dream that I always had. So I'll still have some constructing to do. Then won't I? Yeah, the blasters are here. I don't know if the 3000 actually had those. I don't think that was intended until the 1000, but it's a neat enough feature. The long cannons here, like I was going to have to make using a couple of Phantom Menace toys. Oh man, this is so good. I guess I can take my 2.5 or my two broken 3000s and all the parts that I gathered to make one of these and sell them and possibly recoup some of this. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm like, I'm 10,000 in line. There's no way I'm going to get this thing. Chris is like, I'm 25,000 in line. And I guess just because I'd had mine open for so many days, I somehow got further in the line. And about 8 minutes after the hour, it finally let me in the queue. I went straight to that. It was available. I threw it in the cart and I made purchase as quickly as I could, even though there was a second item that I wanted that was less than the price for free shipping. So number 2 item, I was going to have to pay shipping on. I'm like, I will eat that. I will absorb that cost. I am checking out as quickly as I can. So I got this guy first. Then what happened was, on the second item, hours go by, and I get a shipping notification on item number 2. The second thing I purchased, which was this Rex. Right?
Whoa.
Yeah. Limited release. So I paid full price for him plus shipping plus tax. And I could have saved the shipping if I'd thrown him in with that ship, but I didn't want to risk it. So I get notification on my PayPal that this transaction is complete. I get shipping notification from Disney. More than 24 hours went by, and I still didn't have shipping notification on that, and it still was showing acknowledge, or whatever the term was, on my PayPal. I started to get a little nervous. And so I went on the Disney telephone number and spoke to them. And the woman said, oh, let me pull it up. She had such a great voice. And she had a slight accent, but her phone voice was so good, I thought she was the recording. And I actually told her, I said, I thought for a second you were the robot voice. I said, that came out wrong. It sounds like an insult. It's a compliment to say that to you, because my sister was hired as the phone voice at where she worked, Amber. So it's like, that's a compliment when I say that and everything. So she looks up my invoice number and she goes, oh, I see that you have the StarSpeeder. She said, first of all, let me say congratulations, because 50,000 people logged in that morning to try to get the items from D23. So maybe I manifested it because I've wanted this for so long, because I've done so many videos about this topic. Maybe the universe just smiled on me and said, he really needs one. Because I did nothing out of the ordinary to get one of these, and I have friends that failed to get these that morning, and this is gorgeous. This is one of the most beautiful pieces of plastic that I've ever held in my hands, and that is just, wow. So now I get to play with it. I get to read the instructions. I get to put all the other parts to it, figure out how these landing gear work and everything. And here's the base and how to open that, and then turn on the electronics and let it talk and all that. But I just wanted to do my visceral reactions to seeing this thing with my own eyes
For the first time.
for the very first time. So wrote it for the first time with my dad. Wrote it for the last time with you and your brother and your mom, and so everything's represented right here. Yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty hunk of plastic, and I've seen where people on eBay are already selling this for about 6 or 7 times what it costs from Disney. So I'll test out the electronics and cross my fingers, but they did it. I said it in all of my previous videos. it's a no-brainer. They've got to do it at some point. Maybe I'll get lucky. It took a few years. It's been 5-6 years since I updated this playlist, but they did it. Just like I said they would almost have to do. They made the StarSpeeder 3000. So, all right, and I've been on the phone with two people that actually built the original models of the StarSpeeder 3000, Steve Gawley and Ira Keeler. They're both very, very nice to me. So I know one of them has passed. So, you know, just big thank you to the two people that I know that had a hand in actually making the physical models that we saw in the original ride film for Star Tours. So this is a true thing of beauty. They have this this label on the base. Not pleased with that because both directions that I've tried to peel it from, it starts to adhere right at the silver. I'm so afraid that I'm going to be pulling silver paint off of this to get this label off. But I'm tearing up the label to do this, so I'm not really happy with that adhesive on top of paint decision.
Could have easily been put on the bottom while we care. You gotta be gentle.
I just got to tear the label apart. I don't like doing that. Alright. So, look, it's R2s. Alright, that took way too long with a wet Q-tip and a pair of tweezers. But I've got the worst of the adhesive off of it, and I haven't damaged the silver paint yet, but there's still a strip right up the middle where it's all tacky. So, again, not the best decision in the world to put an adhesive sticker onto something that's raised silver paint lettering. But you got me by the short hairs. I mean, what am I going to do? Return it? Alright, so I put batteries in it. It has an alternate power source switches on that base that have the adhesive sticker on it and everything. Through all the boxes, got all the other pieces out, and could not find that piece. So I started going back through the tissue paper and everything, and there it was. I don't know where it was, but it wasn't on the ship when I took it out of the box. But there we go. That panel is now on there complete, and we can open up the little box where IC360 goes on the StarSpeeder 1000, and it's just got the greeblies in there like it's supposed to for the StarSpeeder 3000. So, all right. So let's look at some of the electronics. Number one, we can make the guns pop out with that button, and we can make the guns fire. I guess those just retract manually. So I'm going to open the doors. That is so cool. That said they would stay open. Oh, okay, cool. Push it in, and they do stay open. I'm not touching it. And then it does say in the instructions that these doors can be opened manually or removed. So you got the option for those 5 there. So not as vital as having these open for you to enter. So I guess they had to make some budget cuts somewhere, and having both sides of the doors open like on the previous versions of the ship, they just decided not to do. I'm not sure why this compartment opens unless you were trying to put it on a low shelf. You have the option of removing the highest portion of the ship. For whatever reason there. And also, when I was turning it upside down to put the batteries in, it was convenient for that part to pop off. Matter of fact, it came off by itself. So I've removed the blast shield, so you can see the LCD screen there. There was also this little part that goes for Rex, was in there with the power cords, and that's just his little control panel with his throttle. And there were a couple of sheets of labels in there, so you can customize this. Some of these labels go on the underside up here. It's the no smoking signs and stuff. I'll probably put those on. But then these are just like blast damage stickers. And if my experiences with the battle damaged X-Wing and battle damaged TIE Fighter and the micro collection ships in the 80s proved anything to me, is don't put those on the ship. So I may or may not put those on. I may put these 3 on, but the blast one's definitely not. So one thing that was very, very unexpected, I was going through all the other little boxes trying to see where everything went, and I opened up this box. This actually comes with 2 Rex figures. I didn't read that on any of the promo stuff. So you have a carded one and a loose one in the same toy. That's brilliant. Why haven't they done that a million times already? Why is this the first time this has ever been done? So you get 3 figures with this. So I'm thinking the value is getting better and better every time.
I see they're loading our navigator R2-D2, and then we'll be on our way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Yep.
Elevator platform has been activated. Commence final pre-launch sequence.
Roger, Control. All status, go.
ST-45, you are cleared for takeoff. Contact departure control at 120.4.
Copy 120.4.
45, you're going the wrong way. Stop immediately.
Wrong way. Brake! Brake! Where the brake? I meant to do that. A little shortcut. R2, light speed to Endor.
Oh wow, interior lights just lit as well. So, you think I could have made that? You think I could have built a ship that does that? Did you see it on the playback?
Mm-hmm.
God, that is so cool. And then there is also, I'm gonna take R2 out for this, the landing gear. Now, in the, I forgot about Rex inside there. He just fell out when I turned it upside down. Oh well.
We do hope you enjoyed your tour of the Endor and will come back soon. Now please, remain seated until the captain has opened the exit doors.
I do think it's funny that I don't think I've ever thought about this, but 3PO thinks they successfully went to Endor. He has no idea they've been to the Death Star. So, but there are landing gear, which was something I said in previous videos that the StarSpeeder 1000, it would have been nice for it to have, or wheels or something like the little, smaller version of the toy had. But it's got an unlock button so that you can lift these up and then lock them into place. There. Okay, so now you've got landing gear on there. And the lid's coming off again. Poor Rex. I feel bad for him. I'm sorry. Good thing we have the one on card, huh, buddy? So, and I wonder if you could put the chair from the 1000 in with 3PO.
Kind of alternate it.
Yeah, I mean, because they retro designed the 1000 so you could put Rex in it. I wonder if it wouldn't be retro, pre-designed this one so that you could put 3PO in it. So the seat belts are all one continuous piece of elastic. You can unhook them from the starboard side and put 5 figures in each row and rehook it. These semicircles here and here, here. That's where it goes onto the base, which is lit up over there. On behalf of 2 Rex action figures and R2-D2 and my 21-year-old self and my 54-year-old self and Zach and my dad and you're wearing a Mickey shirt. Come on, at least do a Mickey voice.
Oh boy, it's so great to see you.
Last year he met Brett Ewan, one of the current voices of Mickey Mouse, professionally. And we were in line to get the autograph and everything. And Zach chose what photo he was going to get signed. And I was kind of paying attention to Brett Ewan. I didn't know it yet, but he was previously an animator before he took the voice of Mickey Mouse job. And he's sitting over there and he's doodling a really good picture of Mickey Mouse. And so his head's down and he's drawing. And
Whoever has to
yeah,
cause attention.
Zach picked out the Mickey picture that he wanted for the autograph, and I was like, "That's the one I would have gotten too." And he said,
It's pretty impressive, pal.
"He said it's the best, pal," or something like that. And so the girl, the money handler girl, she was like, that was pretty good. But I saw Brett Ewan's head whip up. And she goes, that was pretty good. And he goes, it got my attention. And so then as we're leaving, I said, well, you know, thank you for you know, taking the time to talk to us and everything. And he goes, thank you for your really good Mickey Mouse impression. So yeah, it's like the voice of Mickey Mouse, you know, we were like, Zach, quit talking like Mickey Mouse all the time. God, you know. And then like the voice of Mickey Mouse tells him, you do a really good Mickey Mouse. I'm like, he'll never stop doing Mickey Mouse now. So yeah. Is that Donald?
Yeah.
I didn't know you even did a Donald Duck. Wow. My Uncle Bill used to do a Donald Duck impression that was pretty good, but he did it out of the corner of his mouth, and it had the quacky noise to it. So yeah. So all right, the dream fulfilled. I know I already signed off at the beginning of the video, but I had to come back and show you all the features of this thing. As far as I can tell, this had every piece in it that it was supposed to have, and everything's functional that it's supposed to do. But there we go. StarSpeeder 3000 is now ready for boarding for your flight to Indoor. Thank you for watching.